The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Discretion is advised.
That's delicious.
So we start every show now with a monster taste test, and Heidi just tried a new flavor, which is actually, this is the first monster flavor I ever had, which is
really?
I call it the blue one. It's the low carb. It's the healthy choice of all the monsters, and
It tastes like a Red Bull.
so you're on the strawberry or the watermelon kick.
Watermelon
Excuse me.
now, yeah.
How does this one rank?
It reminds me of a Red Bull, and I don't care for it. But
Okay.
it's tasty though.
Okay.
It tastes like a sweet tart kind of.
Watermelon is still reigning supreme.
Mm-hmm. This and then the
Strawberry lemonade.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
the fucking
good.
shit. Welcome all. Episode 142. Man, we are racking up the shows. I tell you what. Are you still happy you're doing this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah, very.
Good. Do you look forward to it?
I do actually.
That's good. So do I.
I wish this is all I had to do.
That's what we're trying to do. You're making you're making more money this month than you did last month.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not
crazy.
a ton, but the Mercedes, it's coming. The Mercedes
almost
is
there.
coming.
I picked out the color and everything.
What color is it?
It's like a green, like a matte green.
Oh, you're going to do a wrap?
A wrap?
Yeah, a wrap is like you get a car a certain color, and then like they take this like plastic shrink wrap and they put it on the car and they heat it up.
Is that how they do?
When you see cars that are kind of matte colored,
Yeah.
it's usually a wrap. Or if you see a car with like a crazy like art design on it,
Yeah, I'm not going to do that, but I just
it's
want
a wrap.
I just want it nice and neat.
Does
with that
Mercedes
green.
come with a matte green
I just
finish?
saw one. I saw one. It was not the Escalade, but like the turbo.
Graphics 16?
No.
Let me see here. I don't think Mercedes has a green color.
Remember I was telling you that the most beautiful green I saw was on a Mercedes the other
I
day?
thought you said it was on a Tesla.
No, that was like an Aqua. This is this was the Mercedes, but it wasn't matte. It had some sparkle.
Thank you, Darren. Darren is in here today, masked up to be on the safe side, right?
Safety first. Safety first. After travel, wear a mask.
Feeling a little symptomy.
It's like that.
That's a wrap, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't want the G-Wagon. I want the turbo one.
You want a car?
Kind of has
You want a car or
no,
the SUV?
it's like the SUV, but it's smaller. It has like the back, and I've driven one before, and oh my god.
So at this rate,
Love it.
do you know how much it is?
Probably like 75,000. So I'm
Okay.
It's about how many days it'll take to get.
All right, let's see
yeah,
here.
and I'm thinking that hopefully I'll still have my license, unless they take it away when you reach
When you're like
180.
So we're not going to say how much you're making on Patreon at the moment, but let's say the Patreon froze right here today, and we never made more money, it would take you 2,500 months to get your
Amazing.
Which is how many years?
It's okay. Let's do the math.
You can do this.
I can't. I hate math.
How many
He
years?
loves it. I can't.
It's almost like 25 under 25 years, I think. Let me see here.
Is it?
Perfect.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I'll still
I
be.
feel like that's doable.
I hope
Let
I
me
have my
see.
sights
What'd I say?
still and
You said
12,000 months.
I thought 2,500.
Wait, 208 years?
What?
Yeah, that's probably right.
That's not
So-
Oh
attainable.
yeah, I won't.
At the moment,
Not attainable.
so you're 50?
I'm
So
gonna,
when
I'm
you're
gonna go younger now, just because I.
when you celebrate, let's say you're 50. Let's pretend. Let's round up.
Yeah.
8 years
Yeah.
to 50. When you celebrate your 258th birthday, guess what's going to be in your driveway?
I love it.
A 2022 Mercedes.
Amazing.
It's coming. So, guys, if you want to help Heidi with her Mercedes dream, please go to patreon.com/rareformradio and pick a tier that works for you to support this show, your 7th or 8th favorite podcast. And we do a bonus episode every month, and video and audio. We do some kind of behind the scenes stuff. We do some like private videos where you'll like catch up with the fan base and We'll catch up. We got a lot of show ideas from those people. It's become my favorite place to interact with anybody, not just people, but like not just my friends, but like people.
Yeah.
My favorite people are there.
I like a lot. I like the messages I get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
they're all nice.
Yeah. It'd be weird if our fan base was sending you shitty messages.
Well, that one time, that was it.
Oh, we have I want to welcome a new patron to the clan. Please welcome to our Patreon, Miss Postmodern Sleaze.
Ooh. Postmodern Sleaze.
She is part of. She's actually part of the Jane's Addiction suspension family.
Ooh.
And she just stumbled upon the show and really enjoyed it and hopped on right away. So thank you very much for that. Miss you. Also, check this out. Are you checking this out?
Yes.
She is from
Wisconsin.
No. Next. It's
Minnesota.
Close. It's another thing that's very important, very close to your
Michigan.
heart. Nope. Keep going.
Iowa.
Closer
Ireland.
to you. Yes. She's from Ireland, and she has a message for you.
Oh, thank God.
Let's see what she says
She hate
here.
me.
No.
Oh, she does.
No, she doesn't. But
That was a
no. Check it out. Just,
no.
Here, let's see if this works.
That's when guys say sure or fine.
What?
When guys say sure or fine, that
No.
means
That's what
you
girls say. If how you doing? Are you upset? No, I'm fine. If a girl says she's fine, do we agree that she's really not fine?
Exactly. No.
Mostly.
Talk on the fucking mic, Darren.
Mostly.
There you go. So here's her message to you, Mrs. Robinson.
Uh-oh.
Tell Heidi I'm going to make a scale of 1 to 10 based on terrible Irish accents to almost good Irish accents, and I'm gonna rate her out of like, yeah, Brad Pitt in like Snatch. He's probably number 10. Number 1. I was gonna say Liam Neeson. He's fucking Irish, isn't he?
I think he's Scottish, right?
No, Liam Neeson's Irish.
Is he Irish? You sure?
Or she says Irish.
Sure, her accents are
That's a really good one.
Holy moly.
Hers is better
you
than
would
yours.
think she was from there.
She's actually
I'm just
from
kidding.
Iowa.
I'm kidding.
She is, yeah.
I can't believe she's from Minnesota.
So I told her I
Wait, where's Liam Neeson from?
I gave her a heads up of the first episode that you did the accent, which I think was episode 104.
The GERD?
No, that was later. Let me see here. I'm pretty sure that your first episode doing the Irish accent was 104.
I just watched a Liam Neeson movie. But
It's not Liam Neeson.
I mean,
Neeson.
But I watched it.
Lori Nielsen.
I watched it from my seat. Watching.
Oh, this is funny. Tell the story. Tell the whole story.
So, so when I went to Chicago, I had this like great flight. I had in-seat entertainment, like all the things. It was great. My Wi-Fi wouldn't really connect, but that's fine. Like for messaging, it was great. But I did all my work on the way there. So on the way back, I was prepared for this. Like, and it was like one of those 2 or 3 seats, 4 seats, like a huge fucking plane. So on the way back, I'm thinking I'm going to get the same plane, but I switched flights. So I don't know, maybe that changed it. But I was on the shittiest fucking plane ever. What's it called?
In-flight entertainment.
Oh, I hate
in-seat
that.
entertainment.
You gotta watch on your phone.
If my Wi-Fi worked, I would have done that. All I wanted to do, I was like just exhausted from the weekend. All I wanted to do was watch like 2 back-to-back movies. I couldn't even lean back. I was in an exit row with no extra leg room, mind you. No. Couldn't lean back, like nothing. So the guy like diagonally in front of me was watching movies.
But not even the seat in front of you. He was like diagonal and the person like 1 or 2 from him.
Side.
So you were like this?
I watched both of his movies. Obviously, no audio.
As if he was like fucking Charlie Chaplin or something.
But like, I got it. So
which movie was it? Was
it was the one where like the
one where he's seeking vengeance.
His daughter
Taken.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Taken?
where she got.
It was like a single word.
Yeah, it's Taken.
Taken.
But like I said, I had to be rather quick with the eyeballs to get to
and
put it all
she
together.
went on vacation with her friend and
to Paris, and then one thing led to another.
Movie.
Well, watch it in
Wait,
silence.
He was watching the original Taken?
That's
There's
the
like-
best
there's like-
one.
there's like
3
4 of them.
Four?
Is there 4? Jeez, I
You
should
know
this.
that this is brand new information to me. All I can tell you
just-
was I watched that movie in silence.
That's amazing.
And
Was it good? Did you
It was
like
great.
Hello,
I
Neeson,
don't
my
even
old
need
friend.
to watch it with audio. But yeah, that was my
funny.
fucking 4 and it's longer
3
to
episodes.
go west.
3
4.5
films.
hours.
Oh yeah, because of the wind.
2 silent movies.
That's really funny. Heidi, your first episode with the accent was episode 105, which is called Accents and Stirring Pasta, which I believe was a reference to fingering girls. Remember that?
Oh yes.
Nope.
What? Yeah, I've been making that joke for 100 years, and it's still great. It's still great.
Best argument ever. I've been doing this forever, therefore it's fine.
That's right. You're catching on. We have some very, very big news, by the way.
Oh.
Let me pull this up real quick. Do you guys know over the last couple of years how like our government has been acknowledging UFOs? Mm-hmm. Okay. Your initial thoughts on this?
Well, it's about time.
All right. So you believe?
Of course, yeah.
Do you believe the government is coming forward with legitimate information, or is it misinformation?
I think it's probably a little bit of both, but the woman I spoke to, that story that I had, the flight attendant with that amazing story.
Is it the one that Darren didn't listen to?
Exactly.
Yeah. Not you, Darren, the other Darren.
She
Dark
was
Darren.
she was explaining that her and her flight attendant buddies, because each one of them has seen something. And I was like, you need to do a movie on this or write a book or whatever. But she said that she thinks that it's coming out because something is going to happen. Not we're going to be attacked, but something is going to come out. Like we're going to see something or something big is going to happen. I was
Like a global event, like
right.
the thing we've been waiting for, the
Yeah.
equivalent of landing on the lawn, the White House lawn.
Exactly. I
But
think that,
maybe-
I mean, that could be it. But then
We need them now more than ever
them.
to end some wars, to end fucking the climate disaster.
Right.
Like, guys.
Right.
if-
But they're
listen,
like, hell
this
no.
is go to my shop, please. Aliens. If you guys like podcasts, you probably like this one. If you're watching this, we need you now. Come to Earth. Come on this show first. It'd be cool to like interview
So
a real
cool.
alien. And let's talk about the things we have to do. Climate change, the war in Ukraine, the war in, where's the other one? Is there one going on in Yemen for years and years?
It's all over.
No one cares about the
yeah.
Yemen one because they don't look like us. That's the truth.
Sad.
What else do we have to end? What did the
Did you
aliens
see
have to
that
help
they
us
just
with?
attacked a, not to I'll just be, but
Oh,
they,
just
they
the
shot
little town? They slaughtered all the civilians?
That, and they just, it was a train that was leaving, taking everyone out, and they just blew that up with
Very
women
cool.
and children.
Very cool. Okay.
But yet we go on for 2 weeks about fucking, it hasn't even been 2 weeks, a week and a day or two about fucking Will Smith. I fucking hate him so much right now. And it just came out now that he's banned for 10 years. He's like, and he made the response, I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with that. I want you to fucking leave for, like, I think your Oscars should be taken away. Like, it's ridiculous. Anyhow.
Will Smith was in a movie called Men in Black, which is about aliens, which brings us back to the initial point
Yes,
about
with
aliens.
my uncle was in.
Ooh. Shaloub?
He played the.
Oh, was he
was
an
the
alien?
pawn store guy. Yeah, that he shot his head.
Yeah,
his head went really
yeah,
little.
yeah. That was good.
Yeah.
So aliens are real. Sort of. The government is more acknowledging them over the last couple of years. And the new news that they just released in the last few days. Did you guys read about this?
No.
Let me read this. They just declassified a whole bunch of their documents and their findings. Aliens are real, and they're confirming it quietly and slowly. This is the headline. Multiple governments have said there's a race of aliens living on Earth with blonde hair and blue eyes. Hitler wanted to take over the world with what he thought, without a doubt, was the superior race, blonde hair and blue-eyed. This is thought out, not really, but the Pentagon just declassified more documents pertaining to UFOs, and in some of those pages, it was mentioned that UFOs were the cause of 800 random pregnancies, and that UFOs had caused radiation burns. You can put the first one together, but the radiation burns, So that would mean the UFO is nuclear powered and obviously compact, something we cannot currently achieve with our technology. Pentagon also confirmed UFOs and said that they moved The way they moved isn't something we can do with the technology and science that we have. So crazy.
Wait. Where did you read this?
Well, this is part of the release that the government released.
Blonde hair and blue eyes.
I knew Hitler was going to come up there too.
Well, those have been around for a long time. They're called the Nordic Whites, or the tall
but
whites,
they're
or the
saying
Nordic.
that they are half alien.
Yeah, not half.
They're
full,
aliens.
but look like us.
You know, it's funny. I've never been attracted to blonde hair and blue eye guys.
Yeah, you're alien racist.
Completely.
I like that
Interesting.
you're intrigued by that, but not the fucking 800 alien pregnancies.
No, that's what I'm getting. That's
Okay.
That's the first thing
let's
I
work
heard.
up to it. Sorry, I'm excited.
And then, what?
So let's. Oh, that's
See,
not what I
but they come out with this shit, and this sounds like it's one of those. Remember those? So my grandma and grandpa would always. I loved going to the bathroom at their house because on the side of the toilet when I was a kid, they had those magazines that were like not the Inquirer.
You say magazine and wagon. Funny.
Yeah.
I like it.
And dragon.
Click on that. Yeah.
I just did. I had it before.
She puts a Y in
How
there.
do you say the circular bread thing you eat for breakfast?
The Jewish donut.
Bagel.
Oh, bagel.
Okay.
Oh, that's normal.
Bagel.
Sorry, go ahead.
Bagel.
Magazine. Did I say that funny?
You say magazine, wagon, dragon.
Dragon.
I've never
weird.
picked up on it, but I accept you.
But thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what I was saying. Oh, it was the magazine that wasn't the Inquirer, but it was the other one that was like they don't even make it anymore.
The Sun, or the I used to collect these. Oh God, the one that had like Bat Boy on it.
Yes. And it was black and white.
It was the Sun, I think.
But that's the English version of it.
No. They had. I used to collect them in America. Anyway,
I don't think it's the Sun, but it's something. It was one of. Maybe it was. I don't remember. But I remember that sounds like something that was out of that.
Yeah.
So
It
that's
sure
a little
does.
too. I feel like they.
That's
Is
a
that
government
real?
release that they alien pregnancies.
What?
It's a government
How do
release.
they know though?
It's a government release.
But are these like people
Yeah, the
that
Sun.
are-
The Sun
yeah, it
was
was
the
the
paper.
Sun. You're right.
I'm pretty sure Bat Boy was on the Sun.
Yeah. Okay, so they had the Sun, but they did. Do they even make that anymore? The Sun?
No, they don't make newspapers anymore. Fact, that's what the government told me. Yeah. Oh.
No, it's that one.
Yeah. That
What
is
is that?
called. I'm trying to zoom in. Weekly World News.
Weekly World News. That's what it was, and they would have those because the Sun is in England. We looked that up.
The Sun's everywhere, but it's out in droves today in LA. Good fucking Lord Christ. What am I looking up? You just want to know where the Sun newspaper's from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I'm right.
This is good radio.
I have to be right.
In the meantime, I will share with
United
you.
Kingdom.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, put her there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well done. I
What?
will share that that
Are you alien pregnant?
I was gonna say you're pregnant with an alien. What?
Well, yeah, but I also wanted to share that when I aborted the alien baby that I got pregnant with, it just went into regular
vaccine?
old biohazard waste, like when you perform a surgery on somebody, and for example, when you cut off a lymphoma,
Right.
it goes into bio.
That was just in the news, right? Didn't they?
No,
have
that was from my friend
Put
who
your camera on.
I did. I had it. I just am
When
trying
you're-
to
when you're-
bounce
when
around
you're
and make
talking-
shit fucking interesting.
You're talking fucking be on camera, Darren.
Guys, you don't like this?
Oh, Jesus, what the fuck are you doing? Stop it.
Listeners will enjoy that moment.
Yeah.
No, my friend worked at an abortion clinic and
Oh.
performed abortions. And so, yeah. And so I checked in with her.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah, I checked in with her and she's like, it's just like, and that's what I figured.
So that's just
Yeah, it was just like any other
I have a question.
surgical procedure.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Last
Remember
week we
last
talked
week?
about how I'm like, I wonder where, like, we were talking about like how, like,
I don't know why
where does
we were.
the fetus because the woman had
That's the fetus
fetuses
attitude.
Oh,
in
the
the
multiple fetuses
in the
thing,
box
and
or
where does it
whatever.
usually go.
Yeah.
Listen, I just
The woman with
brought
5
back, like,
fetuses in her house.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then I said, where does it go? And then I said into vaccines, and you looked it
Yes.
up, and it actually said it.
That's
'cause
not
it
where
was
it goes.
Google.
It goes to heaven. All their souls go to heaven. Everyone knows that.
Right.
They don't go to hell.
I looked
Their
it
parents
up,
do.
and the interwebs was riddled with various facts, so I decided to go
Yeah.
straight to the source.
Nice.
Oh, you did
So
research?
it just goes into
Bio-waste.
Bio-waste.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Bio-waste. So just like any other surgical procedure when you remove anything.
Yeah. Except
Yeah.
for my sister had a tumor. She had one of the rarest forms
It's not a tumor.
of cancer. It's a sarcoma. I forget the something sarcoma. I always have to ask her. And they took it and they still have it in a jar or whatever in Florida. And they
That's such a fucking Florida move.
they are, what's that called?
Can I keep my tumor?
No, they are
I want to say fermented, but that is not the word.
no, they're watching it. So they're like waiting to like staging it, like to see what stage it goes in, because it's only all the years that they've been recording a medical documents.
I'm so lost.
She's
on
only
everything.
103 people have had what she has in
Okay.
all the fucking years.
So she signed off on like if she had a rare medical thing.
Right, and
there
so they
are
took
definitely
it-
things that are.
So
preserved.
she doesn't have her own tumor.
No,
it's not like in her house.
Well, that's what I
No,
thought.
like
It was like
they're-
it was
because
like
it's so
you know the
rare.
kids soccer trophy, the
Right.
fucking
Oh,
tumor.
disgusting! No,
Right.
no, the doctors, like the
Boring.
specialists, are taking it and watching it,
Right,
to
which
see if
does
it-
happen.
Yeah.
For sure.
Anyhow,
There's museums that have those as well as lab.
Yeah.
So alien pregnancies, guys.
Yeah, back to alien pregnancies.
That's fucking crazy, is it not?
I don't know.
I think crazy is a good word for
I
it.
feel like when that gets thrown in there, though, now I'm like, I wonder if they're doing that just to make it look crazy. So then people are like, that's ridiculous. I don't believe in it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know
Because
what you-
over
well, yeah.
the years, the only people that have said, I saw a UFO were like people with two teeth in their head.
That's a
And not, like-
cliche. That's a cliche.
That's what
The
she's
people,
saying.
no, the
Yeah.
people that like claimed being abducted were usually like the Midwestern dum dums with 3 teeth combined.
Okay, that's not the Midwest, but it's like the South, like
Whoa!
like Southerners.
Someone's going, okay. That's not
But no, I'm saying like it's like, you know, I was abducted. So they always pick the ones that you were like, oh, okay. So this is what I'm saying. Like this sounds like a nut job saying, yeah, there's 800 alien pregnancies. Like what?
The New York Times reported on this, the alien pregnancies.
What are they saying?
Aliens get you pregnant. That's the whole article. Word for word.
Christ.
very
live,
typical of the New York Times.
I mean, I don't know what this is.
Short.
Livescience.com, but UFOs left radiation burns and unaccounted for pregnancies. New Pentagon report claims. 1,500 pages of UFO-related research were just declassified as part of an FOIA, which is Freedom of Information
What
request.
the fuck? Jesus Christ.
Encounters have reportedly left Americans suffering from radiation burns, brain and nervous system damage, and even unaccounted for pregnancy.
Okay, I want to meet the people. I want to meet the children. I want.
If you've been impregnated by an alien, reach out to rareformradio at gmail.com. We want to hear your story.
Wow.
Do you think we've ever met an alien baby?
I feel like some people act like alien.
If one of us in this
babies.
room were to be an alien, who would it be?
I don't know. You?
You
She
want to
wants
get
be
into
an
it?
alien baby.
Your feelings about yourself?
No, I'm good.
Okay. She has a very funny theory about herself, but we don't have to get into it. But it's amazing.
There's like it's a
I want to
couple.
hear.
Buckle up, everybody.
Um,
You're either going to think that she's weird or that I'm weirder for being her husband. But
is it the robot one?
yeah. That's the one.
I think
Is there?
that-
What else is
You
there?
think you're
Well, alien.
a robot?
I think I'm at like sometimes there's a part of my brain, right? We have a lot of parts of ourselves.
Well,
that-
hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Please hold on a second. Please hold on a minute. Sit tight. This is only going to take
Don't
4
know
minutes.
what he got though, Mr. Roboto. Don't know.
Okay.
Don't know.
This is Frank's old theme song. Go ahead.
Oh, nice. I like very often feel like I am a robot trying to learn human. And I can't quite get it because I'm like a hyper vigilant, hyper observant person that always feels like something is a little off, and I like feel like I observe human behavior, and I'm fascinated by it. And not only am I fascinated by it, I like to I feel like I try it on and like attempt to fit into.
You're an alien.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're an alien baby.
Yes, I am.
That's now grown up.
Mm-hmm. And I'm becoming more and more okay with it.
Do you look like your family?
Yes, I'm fucking identical.
Which does mean that either they're also robots, all made in the same factory, or that whoever created you, I don't know. How do we explain this?
What do you mean?
The family part. Are they all aliens or robots?
No, look what they can do. Look at the things you've shown.
Who's they?
The people. Look at the things you've shown me. The robots that they can create. They could create something that looked, I don't know. I mean, on a deeper level than that, essentially I feel that we are all computers, or like what we now know as computers. We are all programmable devices, and some of us are programmed better than others, and then that's it. And eventually we're going to become like mechanized computers, which we already are starting to do.
I feel so exposed.
I just really want to go and take like a Vicodin and just sit down and like not come out of my house ever, because maybe you're right.
Because you're afraid my wife's a Terminator and she's going to take you out?
I'm also convinced that like those of us who are deeply like concerned with nature and environmentalism and all that kind of stuff, like it's really nice, and I'm part of that group. But we're actually like, it doesn't actually matter because we've already solved all the problems that we're facing. So eventually we're just going to be like completely robotic. We don't need to grow food. We don't need animals. We don't need trees. We don't need all of those wonderful things that we love. But like, that's where we're headed, and technology is happening fast enough that like it will catch up. So this whole like the planet's going to die if the temperatures raise this many degrees, blah, blah, blah. Like, yes, that is actually going to happen, and it doesn't matter because we are in the process of solving that. And I don't want to be a part of that.
Okay, we can slow it down a little bit now. That is as tangenty as it gets. How do we get talking about
That's amazing.
that?
Alien baby.
babies, and I am one, so I'm just
Are
describing.
you a robot or an
Wait.
alien?
Well, it's the same.
it's
I
like
think
the
it might be the
it's
same
one and the
thing.
same. I was just basically saying we're all computers, and we're all like, I was explaining my theory more. All right, if we
But
just
that's true though. Like,
It's
look at what they say. Like, back in the olden days when they saw the ship for the first time, they'd never seen one before. So your mind has to like see that, and then you know it's a ship, and it all like adds up. Like that's like, like you're
all adds
seeing
up.
things for the first time. Like, and you're like,
Yeah.
right.
Feels like the first time.
This is really deep.
I could do a whole show dedicated to this, but you know
we
what?
can
Are
we
there
can do
other
it.
people that feel the same way? Do you are
Probably.
you research on
Researched-
it and stuff?
Have you researched other like robot imposter stuff?
I mean, I think what it boils down to is like existential crisis. It is really like, you know, yeah. I'm in a perpetual state of existential crisis,
I'm right there.
and that
with you.
is not an uncommon thing.
Right there. Right there.
You guys should have your own show. One that's not fun at all. It's not funny.
That would be
One that's
right up my
terrifying.
alley.
It's terrifying.
You know what I did the other day?
What?
Well, I went to the beach on Tuesday to a friend's house, and she lives in Malibu. And we went down to the beach.
Heidi's name drop.
Malibu?
It's a friend of the beach is kind of like a.
But I've
it's like
never-
a what's it called? Like a flex, like a subtle.
Well, no, I mean,
Not?
you could not be, you could live in a tent down by the, I'm just saying, I never go.
I bet you didn't go visit a friend at a tent.
Well, I never go down to the beach anyhow, and I should because it's beautiful.
Today
beautiful.
we should have done this show from the beach today.
Yeah, like it's just so.
Fucking sucks
Probably
up
like
here.
30 degrees cooler.
It's
there
it's
today.
like at least like 10 degrees, 20. It's beautiful. But so we're sitting there,
What's
and
the temperature in Malibu?
we had dumped not dumped. We had
It's
dropped.
about 82 degrees in Malibu.
Oh my
Shit,
God.
it's not that
It's
much
like-
better.
Yeah, but we had what do you call that? We dumped my late husband's ashes into the ocean, pretty much like
The other
around
day?
where we were. No,
Oh.
like years
Oh,
ago.
I was like, this is a big story.
Oh yeah.
No.
Well, we're shitting on it. No. Okay.
And so I was like, oh,
Spreading the ashes.
Yeah, I was like, oh, over there is where we did it, and I was like, I'd love to see like some dolphins like come out of the water, and she's like, well, manifest it. And she's like, I think your like brain, I think you're like powerful. You don't use it, like you don't use it as much. But she's like, just so I sat there and I envisioned. I I shit you not. I have 4 witnesses.
Get them on the phone.
I pointed, and all of a sudden, these 2 dolphins went boop. You saw like the spout. We're like, what?
I love it.
And we saw it twice happen.
That is amazing.
So cool.
And it's funny because I've been thinking more about manifesting things, and I do believe it's possible.
It's completely possible. It's been happening since. I mean, like The Secret is no a secret, but like it's been happening
goes against
forever.
the definition of a secret.
Well, no, the book.
Oh yeah.
The Secret, the book, which I loved, and I have to say, when I was reading it, I was working in Santa Barbara, and I was listening to.
Anytime you say a city now. Cool.
But I was driving from here to there, and I was listening to it like a book on tape about The Secret, and I go to work, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to like envision, like they say, to envision a cup of coffee, a free. So I stopped and I got a coffee, and the woman said, oh, the guy in front of you bought your coffee. You know how when you drive through like the Starbucks things, which just a note, the Starbucks employees hate it because it gets all jammed up and you don't know like whose coffee is what and the money, and they said they hate it. They said it's beautiful,
How
but they
difficult
hate
could
it.
it really be? It can't be
I
that
don't know.
difficult.
I talked to a girl and she's like, oh, I fucking hate it when people are like paying it forward, and I'm like,
So your sample size was not statistically significant, but
right.
that girl hated it.
I surveyed one person,
Exactly. Yeah.
and 100% of people I interviewed.
So
hate this.
just one girl. But anyhow,
I get
so
it,
I got a free cup of coffee. I'm like, that's amazing. And then I get to work, and I'm waiting on these people, and they had Australian accents, and
What they sound like?
Oh, no.
I
Keep
like
going.
it. G'day, mate. Like no shrimp on the barbie. That's a knife. No, that's a knife.
Well, that was actually not
Oh,
terrible.
first of all, it was the wrong fucking line.
No,
but-
that's a knife.
No,
That's a knife.
no. He says that's not a knife. This is a knife.
Whatever.
She just said the same thing.
No, she goes.
That's a knife.
That's a knife.
That's a knife.
That's a knife. There's so many
Well, I was just
knives.
going over
That's
the
a knife. That's a knife. That's a knife.
That's
a
not
knife. That right there.
Is that
That's
your
a knife.
Is that your wife?
Holy shit! There's so many knives.
Anyhow, they had Australian accents, and the woman who wrote it, Rhonda Byrne, is from Australia. And I told them, I was like, oh, I love where are you guys from? I said, oh, I'm listening to The Secret on my way up. And they looked at me and they were like, what did you just say? And they were working on a show with her, and they were from her team, the woman who wrote The Secret.
Come on.
In Santa Barbara, this tiny little restaurant. Anyhow,
Wow.
pretty cool, right?
Dan can predict the next song on radios.
Really?
It's uncanny.
I can't much anymore. But when I was
Holy shit.
in the early '90s, for like 3 or 4 years, every single time without fail that I was asked, I could predict the next song on the radio.
Hey, yeah, I heard the balloon.
1993, it was all Pearl Jam. No, but like it was the thing. Like my friends would get bored of it, where I was so good at it, and then randomly we'd be driving. Like, what's the next song? I'd be like, "It smells like Teen Spirit," and it's almost every single time I could do it, and I would do it randomly. I don't know why. It's weird.
Interesting.
I just manifested it, I think.
I'm telling you,
Really?
we should have a thing where we manifest.
Wait.
Nick, give him your wallet.
What for?
He's got a knife.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
That's
It sounds
not a
just like it.
knife. That's a knife.
There you go.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
Did you see the little look of pride she just had when she got it right?
Yeah, but I think it's
It was
good.
amazing.
That's pretty good.
Um,
But we should manifest something. All 3 of us. Okay. Write it down and then see what happens.
it has to be a joint thing. I don't want to do it.
No,
There's
like
no
each-
way the
each
3 of
of
us
us.
want the same thing.
No, I'm saying like each of us pick something that we want to manifest. I might manifest like a pimple, let's say. I'm just kidding.
Of all the things in the
I
world.
walk in and I'm like, see, you guys?
God, if are you there, God? It's me, Margaret. All I've ever wanted is one pimple on my face.
A kink in my neck.
Please manifest
Something normal, you know.
That's not a pimple.
Kidding.
That's not a pimple.
That's a pimple.
That's not a pimple. Good God.
Anyhow, I digress.
Oh. Do you guys remember last week?
Sheila.
What?
That's a song called "Oh Sheila" by
Why-
Ready for the World. Because you
Why are
just
you
said,
singing it?
oh. You just said, oh.
I don't fucking know what's going on.
Oh, Sheila.
Oh, someone found a picture of you and Bruce Willis. Don't look yet. Someone dug it up. Check that out. Look at that. Someone dug through the archives and found a picture of Heidi and
Supposed to
Bruce
be
Willis.
Bruce Willis? Who is that?
That's you and Bruce Willis. That's you there, the girl, and the
But
man
what
is.
face is that? That's not Bruce Willis.
That is Bruce Willis, actually.
I think
I
it's
believe.
his face, but not his bod, right?
Who knows?
look
It's just so fucking funny. Thank you,
my
Kuhn.
God.
Thank you, Kuhn, for sending that one in. That was very, very good. If you want to see what it looks like, watch the show on YouTube. The show's better when you watch it, I believe. YouTube.com/Rareformradio. Last week, we had some bombshell admissions about animal cruelty. It was pretty staggering.
That's insane.
The stuff that you and Todd did. It was like, I'm disgusted by you. I'm disgusted by Todd. I wish you guys could live the way that I live. Hopefully you listen back and learn some lessons about the things that you and Todd did.
My face just went on. Who was the one who pushed the
You.
hamster
That
down?
was you. That was 100% you.
Mine was an accident. Todd actually had like a funeral.
Todd lit a
Fire, whatever
hamster on
that's called.
fire. Todd lit a fucking hamster on
It
fire.
was like an
No, you lit the
Indian,
rat.
Eastern Indian like ceremony, like
Dude,
a Hindu.
send off with flame, but like it wasn't even dead yet. Like he killed it with fire. Like usually you burn the body once it's gone. He's like, I'm gonna start this thing with a fire. It was crazy,
This
but
rat is on fire.
that's good. What surprised me most is the response we got from. We started the show by saying that our listeners are like such great people and how much we like them.
Don't fuck with rats.
Get a load of this. Okay, let me read this one first. This came in from Ted. If you don't want to be named, but you're getting named for the horrible things that you do. Ted says, first of all, listen to the second word he said. I constantly have to smash rabbits, chipmunks, and squirrels with a brick. That's the first sentence. I constantly. So not like I killed a beaver once. I killed a frog.
Oh, I forgot about the beaver
That you did, that Todd did, or you did?
that you did.
No, I said me. I messed up. It was something that you did. He says, I constantly have to smash rabbits, chipmunks, and squirrels with a brick because my dogs catch them and think they're toys, inevitably crippling them. So I have to put them out of their misery. Is that my kill or my dog's kill? This is an interesting question. Ted, thank you for writing in. You're a monster. No matter how you do, even if you're doing like God's work or whatever.
How can
like,
you do? Especially the little rabbits and the little. Is it squirrels too?
yeah. It was. He says. Let me read it again, just in case anybody missed it.
Chipmunks.
I constantly have to. Constantly is my favorite.
I want to know what constantly means for him. Like every day.
I
every
think it might be
hour?
multiple times a day.
Maybe once a day.
Like he probably kills
How many
more
dogs
animals
does he
than
have?
hundreds. I constantly have to smash rabbits, chipmunks, and squirrels with a brick because my dogs catch them and think they're toys, inevitably crippling them. So I have to put them out of their misery. Is that my kill or my dog's kill? Ted, you sick motherfucker.
I think it's both.
Wasn't that like the basis of one of your stories where like something happened and you were like, oh,
It was
I have
the
to
beaver.
learn?
Someone that I know very close to me had to run over a beaver with my Bronco.
So is that their kill or?
Well, that was, man. Well, let's put it this way: if Heidi hit somebody with her car, right, and they're still alive, if I go and smash their head with a hammer, I'm probably going to jail.
Right, but are you gonna like What's the next step? You take the rodent to the vet every day?
No, I jerk off. I said I jerk off.
You got no dudes here
This
to
thing,
to
yeah.
get
Is
you
this,
back.
is this thing on? What's your vote? What's your vote?
That was a guy.
It's on. Oh, my balls are so cool.
Oh my god.
Oh, I fucking
These
love
broads
tits.
these days, eh?
Give me a blowjob, bitch. What is your vote?
I mean, I guess he's putting it out of their misery, right? But what else is he gonna do? But that's
No. His question is,
yeah.
is it his dog's kill or his kill?
Well, his dog started it. He
That's
had
not
to.
we know who
he has
started
to
it.
finish it.
So it's his kill. It's Ted's kill.
I think it's a blend of.
No.
it's a-
No. This is not
And
teamwork.
his kill because he kills it.
That's how I feel. I
He
think
could put like little crutches on it or something.
you're assuming that the dog only hurt its legs. Like the dog is probably also biting its neck and face and head.
I was thinking like you could have
Dogs
like
don't
a
just
little,
nibble nibble the legs on these fucking
like, it's
bunnies.
all- like I'm picturing it all like wrapped up. Yeah, like
Dogs know the most fun part of a rabbit is the legs. I can't have to chew those little knees.
He could have like a little hospital of little like.
Also, do you know how the skill a dog would have to chew a chipmunk's legs to the point that it needs, what did you say, crutches? And do they have like 4 crutches?
Figure it out and make
And a rabbit has like tiny little front ones, right? How do they can even hold
they could
them?
have like how dogs with like 3 legs have
With
those
the
little
wheel-
like
the wheel.
Yeah, like start
Dude, a
saving these
fucking
animals.
one for a chipmunk would be the size of my phone, like a little cart.
so
Just-
I know, but it's so cute and it saved their lives.
What's your vote, Darren?
On a technicality, it's Ted's kill, but I would say his dog is the accomplice, right? What's it called in real, real murder?
Why will you guys not just pick one?
Because
I
we're
can't
women
because-
and we see the big fucking picture.
Yeah, because it's
so
not
fucking boring.
it's not so black and it's not black and
Whoa,
white.
whoa! We
It's
don't see
both.
color in this room.
But it's like
Jesus.
it's both. It's the dog, and then he is the accomplice.
Ted, you killed him. You're dead. Ted, you're doing
I
it.
want to know how he does it with like. Does he?
I wanna know.
Like, has he killed before?
I want to know. Is it the same brick? Does he have like a killing brick that's like the one?
Does he live in England? I'm picturing him.
I forgot.
I'm picturing him in.
I
yes,
should know where Ted lives.
I'm picturing him in like a stone house in England, and he's got these like hound dogs, and he.
He's in a stone house. Let's see here, Ted. Where you at, Ted? Oh, he doesn't say. Ted, I want to know. I wonder if he can send a message now. Do you have one killing brick?
Oh my god! How could you? I
Discussing
couldn't do that.
Now on air.
I don't think I could do it, but I do kind of feel like it's the right thing to do if it's
For
like
sure.
hanging by a thread.
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
But
I couldn't.
No, I don't think I could do it. Well, but I also could you walk away and
But
just
when
know
you're-
that it was dying.
Yeah,
Also, as a guy, you have to be careful when you're doing that you don't hit yourself in the boner when you're killing all these
Oh,
animals.
for fuck's sake. Yeah. Todd?
I said, Todd, come save me. The show sucks without you. Wow. So I'm gonna vote and say it's Ted's kill.
I mean, I'm going to go with that on a technicality.
If
yeah.
his dog and him were on trial and one of them
Yeah.
were going to prison, it would be Ted.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that
because
would suck, and that'd be fucked up of the dog to get scot-free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but just think of it. If a dog got like a 10-year sentence, that's 70 years. It's not fair either. Dogs that you can't have. The families need closure or whatever, but like whatever. We have another one.
Oh, cool.
oh my god.
Okay. Thank you, Ted. You're a bad man. This came in from Tony. Fun show tonight. Relating to your rodent killing stories. I like how you didn't mention the beaver. Is that a rodent? Fuck, it probably
I don't
is.
think so.
Wait, what is it?
Mammal?
I think it's, do they carry
What?
their babies? Yeah.
Is a beaver.
Species.
It's a
Here's some
vagina.
information.
It's a rodent.
It's a vagina. It
He's
is?
fucking right.
Wow.
He's fucking right.
Wow.
Fun show tonight relating to your rodent killing stories. One night I hit a possum with my car. Oh boy, you guys sitting down? Okay. Hold on, let me put on some sad music. Okay. Let me start over. Fun show tonight, Tony says. Relating to your rodent killing stories. One night, I hit a possum with my car. It had 6 babies attached to it that were just left squirming in the street. I had to put them out of their misery, so I rolled over them with my car. It took about 4 or 5 tries to kill them all. Reverse, forward, reverse, forward. I had to get out a couple of times to make sure I killed them. He ends it by saying, I've had better nights.
Oh, Tony.
I think in order to, I don't want people to, if someone got up to use the bathroom while listening to this, or like had to roll down the window to yell at somebody, I'm going to read it again. Fun show tonight, relating to your rodent killing stories. One night, I hit a possum with my car, ... It had 6 babies attached to it. What does it mean attached to it?
When they travel.
Oh, they hang on by the,
they
yeah.
hang on,
Oh, man. It had, let me start over. No, I'm kidding. It had 6 babies attached to it that were just left squirming in the street. I had to put them out of their misery, so I rolled over them with my car. It took about 4 or 5 tries to kill them all. Reverse, forward, reverse, forward. I had to get out a couple of times to make sure I killed them all. I've had better nights. That is so... All kidding aside, that is so fucking sad.
I have no words.
Tony, I think I'm a robot.
You should have my wife do it. She feels nothing.
I wish I was a robot.
She has no emotions. That's rough.
Oh,
I can't even, like, I couldn't do that. I would have to just drive. I would just.
Oh my, I can't even process it.
Yeah.
Do they make a sound? Do the babies make a sound?
Well, maybe some of them were still alive. There were 6 of them.
Well, that's what he said. He had to keep going over them.
Well, why? Just let them go. Like, grab.
No, because they were all injured. They'd been hit.
Were they all injured? How does he know?
Also, like, can a baby possum survive without its mom?
Well, let's see. Have them in a little possum
But
hospital.
what? Okay. Let's pretend that Tony like lets them go, right? And then fucking Ted's dog finds them and chews their legs off.
Jesus, are they both in England?
England has some problems.
Where does Tony live? I want to know where all these people live. I feel so
Tony,
bad.
fuck, man.
Ooh.
So brutal.
Wow. Oh.
Guys, do you have any more animal cruelty stories? We love them. We love them.
Possums are so like my sister.
They're rad.
Yeah, my sister is in love with
possums. It's amazing when you approach them. They move, and then as soon as they see you, they just like they're like children, where they think if you don't move, you can't see them.
I did, however,
and they will
see one.
They will
years
freeze
ago.
for an hour.
Yeah, I saw one like years ago as I was walking in Hollywood, and it was like standing up against the.
Heidi's Lane.
We get it. You travel around Southern California. You go to all the cool spots.
And it was standing up against the wall, and its face, I've never seen how awful they look. They look so scary, like with their mouth open.
Well, they're scariest when they're facing right at you.
Oh my God, it was. No, have you seen their skulls? Like they're
yeah.
like they're.
They remind me. Sometimes they look like in Beetlejuice when Alec Baldwin pulls his face out.
Yes, that's what it looked like.
Old possum face Baldwin.
But they're lovely and they don't hurt people.
They're adorable.
There's
a Twitter account,
and they don't carry diseases.
I bet
stuff.
they must have rabies.
Nope. Look it up. Nope. My mom or my.
I follow an account called what's it called? I think it's called Daily Possum.
Oh yeah, I think I do too.
Is it on Twitter or Possum? God damn it.
Got another interesting one for the listeners.
What? What?
Just pausing, waiting.
Oh, yes. Daily Possum. Anyway. What are you looking at? What are you looking for, Heidi? Oh, if they carry diseases?
Yeah, there's some like really amazing things about possums. Possums kill ticks by the thousands. So they eat ticks. So Lyme disease. Yep.
Jesus
The only known North American marsupial. So it's not a rodent. Marsupial.
I thought so.
Hey, I'm happy the camera didn't get this. I just took my earplug out and a piece of earwax fell on my chest. Taste it.
Nope. Oh,
Put this on your tongue. Just taste a little bit. Just a little bit of my earwax.
Earwax freaks me out.
Don't you want to know what my ear tastes like?
Nope. Oh, okay. Here we go. Oh. Possums aren't indestructible, but they do have some pretty hefty natural immunities. These animals are largely immune to rabies. It can occur.
Whenever you're ready.
You got this.
Take a deep breath. Don't help her.
These animals are largely immune to rabies, although it can occur. Whoa!
I knew you could fucking do it. I knew you could do it.
I don't know what happens. Can occur rarely. They're also largely immune to venom from snakes, like cottonmouths and rattlesnakes.
So they're strong.
Yeah.
It might be the best rodent.
And playing possum isn't make believe, like you said. They actually do.
They really do.
Oh my god!
I want to be a possum.
Oh my god! This is awful for Tony.
Oh no.
Baby possums are called joeys, just like baby kangaroos.
And they're born.
And when they are born, they are only about the size of a honeybee. The infant possums crawl to their mother's pouch, where they will stay for 2 to 3 months. Baby possums stay with mom for about 100 days, and as they age, they'll start venturing out of the pouch more and more.
Let me see your front again.
But instead of wandering around on their own, they'll often hitch a ride, clinging to their mother's back as she scavenges.
And the last line that Heidi couldn't read is, baby possums from birth are born with hopes and dreams like real people.
Oh no, Tony!
Unbearable. Unpossumable.
He could have made like a pouch and kept them in his pouch, like a yes, like put them in there and carry them around. Tony.
This is a good segue because I wanted to talk about. That sounds like a woman's job, like to raise the babies.
Yeah.
It's a woman's job. Would you agree?
It can be both.
No. So we're going to talk a little bit today about gender roles.
Oh fuck.
We're talking a little bit about gender roles. It's a hot topic in this household, and not that we disagree on them, by the way, but it comes up a lot. We don't disagree on them.
Okay.
Do you think that we do? Like, I don't expect anything of you because you're a woman.
Is that like when I said Todd's wife must be mad when he takes 5 showers a day because she has to wash all the clothes?
Yes.
And you were like, what do you mean?
Yeah. That's gender roles. So I pulled up some gender roles that we're gonna run through. Mm-hmm. Heidi, can you see the screen?
Kind of. The camera's in the way a little bit though.
Do you want to read some of these, Darren?
TV just went on out there.
That's fine.
Okay.
What?
Do I want to read some of these?
Yes, please.
Is there a ghost in here?
It's because
No.
Okay. So the early years, girls should play with dolls and boys should play with trucks.
These are stereotypical gender roles.
Okay. And what site is this from? This is from
genderequalitylaw.org.
Okay.
So I just want to start with youth to see how it progresses, and then we'll like kind of break it down as we go. And if you guys want to chime in at any point, please.
What are we supposed to chime in on?
Anything. If anything comes up and that seems important, there's quite a bit to go through. So we can just, if something jumps out in particular, we can address.
Okay, so the early years, girls should play with dolls and boys should play with trucks. Mm-hmm. Boys should be directed to like blue and green, girls toward red and pink. I don't think red is accurate. I think it's purple and pink. Boys should not wear dresses or other clothes typically associated with quote unquote girls' clothes.
Okay, and now let's move to youth. During youth, and then the adult stuff is where it gets really interesting, I think. You
want me to keep going?
Yeah.
During youth, girls are better at reading and boys are better at math. Girls should be...
Which, by the way, that one I kind of agree with.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Girls should be well behaved. Boys are expected to act out.
Does that one seem fair to you guys?
No.
No,
It's like when you get older and girls sleep with guys and they're considered a slut.
That comes up on this. That comes
okay.
up. Yeah.
I mean, I think, yeah, I think this ends up being true after years of reinforcing these things. Girls, this is not correct. Girls are not as interested as boys in STEM subjects. For those who don't know, it's science, technology, engineering, and math.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay, good.
Boys should engage in sports and refrain from more creative pursuits. Don't be an artist.
That does seem to be reinforced when I was a boy. That kind of seems.
Yet the majority of our creative, like entertainment people, so like most of our musician people are men. So that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Boys and men are expected to use violence and aggression to prove their manliness. A boy that doesn't use violence or aggression is an understandable target for bullying. Girls should be thin and beautiful to make them appealing to men. Yay.
Okay, so that's youth, and then here's where.
Wait, so is this site saying that this stuff is ridiculous, or that this is just like saying what it should be?
I mean, the site it's pretty vast. This is just showing what the stereotypes are.
Okay.
And I think I believe the point of the site is to buck those beliefs and move us into the future. So this one is as adults, and it's pretty extensive. So we can just pick a couple that jump out. Yeah. So first one. Do you want to read or want me to read something?
Go ahead.
Victims of intimate partner violence are weak because they stay in the relationship. That's one of the most frustrating of all of them because it's so stupid and people don't understand one bit about how like domestic violence and fear tactics and manipulation
If they watch Phoenix Wright.
There you go.
Right,
Yeah,
right. I
Phoenix
think it's the
Rising.
second episode, and they talk a lot about that because. Yep.
And I just can't believe that people are still asking that question. If it was so bad, why didn't you leave? There's so
I
many
have a
fucking
very
factors.
close friend that had told me, they're like, "Oh, I heard you talk about that. About why didn't you just leave? I didn't know." Even if you're young or old, but I was young. Like you just don't know any better, and that person is just gonna go crazy. What are you gonna do? Like,
so some people don't leave because they're afraid they're gonna get killed. Or you have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Or over the course of however months, weeks, years that you've been beat down, you feel like you deserve it and you can't do any better. I mean, there's so many fucking factors. Next one is there's something wrong with a woman who doesn't want children. This one is very interesting, and we have very strong thoughts on this. What you got on that one? Do you feel that? Did you want children, or do you want children?
I did. I couldn't.
Okay.
So I had to have I had stage 4 endometriosis. So I wasn't able to.
What is that? I don't know what that is exactly.
It's a kind of an autoimmune disease now, they're saying, but
it affects reproduction.
Yeah, and it so, but I did have an abortion when I was like 28. I'm very open about that, but it was rare. Like the doctor was shocked that I even got pregnant. But
can I ask you
what happens is that as a young girl, when you get your period, the cramps are so debilitating that the pain is like you throw up. I was in bed for a week. It was horrible. But as a girl, you're like, oh, that's just normal. Well, it's not. So any girl that's listening, if you have really bad cramps, go get it checked out because it affects it. It attaches to your intestines. It can go to your heart, your lungs. And it's just the shedding of...
It's excessive, isn't it? Scar tissue? Scar tissue buildup?
Yeah.
That and PCOS, we don't talk about enough.
What's PCOS?
That's the
polycystic ovary syndrome.
Oh, yeah.
It's my favorite one of all.
I know. So young girls, if you're in more pain than you think you should be, go get it checked out.
Yeah. But I always wanted kids, and I'd be a really good. I love kids. I love them.
Well, we are a couple that knew from day one that we did not want children, and you're pretty vocal about never wanting kids. Mm-hmm. How does that go in your friend circle or your life or with colleagues or whatever? Okay, so good.
Ask your last question. You were going to say, do I?
I don't remember.
I mean, I would say the majority of responses that I get when I say I don't want kids, blah, 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 and this is from women, the majority is some sort of questioning. Like, you'll come around, and I
That's the one that bothers you the most,
The
right?
most.
Like, oh, you will eventually.
Yes.
Just give it time.
It's the best thing I've ever done. It changes my life. One time I got
No doubt it changes your
it
life.
changes your life a bunch, and that's what I don't want. One time I was told that the reason I was I was like trying to figure out, I was a full-time yoga teacher at the time, and I was trying to figure out what kind of direction I wanted to go into in yoga teaching, and I was like obsessing over it, and I have an obsessive disposition, so I do that of everything. And the response that this like very senior teacher gave me was the reason I was so focused on my career was because I was selfish and I didn't have children. And if I had children,
That's one of them.
if I had children, then I would get like, I would be able to step outside myself and not be so obsessed on like things like what I want to do.
Halfway down, I just want to jump to it right now. The women with children are less devoted to their jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
Which is like bullshit too, because I have a friend who, is completely, I have several friends who are devoted to their jobs. But I would say, and especially older women, there's always a like, you'll come around. And because I look so young, people don't understand that I'm actually very much at the age now in particular where it is, high risk, whatever. I'm over 40. And no, I'm not going to fucking come around.
Right.
And don't tell me that anyway.
Yeah.
And if you get pregnant, I'm leaving.
If I get pregnant, I'm leaving.
Oh, that's interesting.
I just.
We're going to leave each other when you're
I
pregnant.
mean, the earth. I'm just a robot.
I'm taking us both, baby. Maybe we can have Tony run you over. You and your baby.
Several times to be
Forward,
sure.
reverse. He's had better nights.
There was just a study that I just read that women who are unmarried, which you're married, but so that doesn't count. Unmarried without kids are some of the happiest people.
Fuck yeah.
And I see people with kids that are just like, I mean, it's a
Miserable.
beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I wish I would have had, but I didn't.
Yeah.
And I would get it all the time, like, oh, you're missing out. Oh, yeah? Well, why don't you think before you fucking speak? Because I wanted kids. I wasn't able to have them.
Yeah, it
so
wasn't
I
a
didn't
choice.
make a choice.
Right.
It's
Right.
my body made
There's a
made
lot of
choice. So,
insensitivity
it's
when
crazy.
people are talking about this kind of stuff. I remember when we were on, you mentioned like not having kids and kind of what we do. When I was on that Ninja tour, the Nine Inch Nails Jane's Addiction tour, Eric Avery was back with Jane's Addiction, the original bass player, and him and his wife Annabelle had such a wonderful marriage, and they decided very early on, they've been together for 20 something years, I believe, but no kids. So they can kind of go wherever they want, do whatever they want. He can leave for tour, she can come join whenever. And like when you have kids, nothing against having kids. If you want them,
No.
please have them,
Have
because I love
them.
hanging with them. I love hanging out with kids and playing with kids, but not for us.
I also want more kids in the world who were brought in because they were so genuinely wanted,
Right.
and not because it was a woman who thought that's how she was going to save her marriage or thought that's how she was going to be a woman or whatever.
worst
Like when
idea.
my friends who I know, this is like so important to who they are as a person and not because of like an upbringing. I am so fucking happy for them. But when I watch people have kids that like do it for so many other reasons, that bums me the fuck out real hard.
Jen Kirkman, she's a comic who's
Heidi's
I don't even fucking know her. She has a new special out. It's called like Love Gen X or something or Gen Z. What am I? I'm Gen X. Yeah, the Gen Z are the new ones, right?
I don't know.
And it's really good. And she starts off by saying when people say, "Yeah, we're thinking about having kids," and she's like, where did you find like a new planet you want to like raise them in? Who wants to bring in a child
Into
now?
this world?
Like it's crazy right now. And also
We're about 3 billion people overpopulated.
Yeah, and I don't know a lot about this bill about. I don't agree with the Florida gay thing. I don't.
Oh, you
understand. Well, I don't know
Cool.
who would. But what I don't agree with is them teaching kindergarten through third grade about sex. And there's I just saw it on the news. There's an It's in Australia.
Who's learning about sex? Who's learning about sex? Kindergarten.
I'll
through
show
third grade?
you. I'll put the
Okay.
I'll send you the article, because instead of like just saying like so and so has 2 moms and 2 dads, they're like actually teaching them about, this is what I heard. Now if I'm wrong, please send me but
See,
I just
kids,
read.
here's a bottom bitch right here.
And then there's in Australia there was a public school who sent 8-year-olds are 3rd grade, I think, or maybe 2nd grade or 1st grade, like 2nd. And they sent them their homework, and they were supposed to ask their father. This is real thing, because this was in court the other day, and this guy went off like, what the fuck? And they were supposed to ask their father about his erections and ejaculations. This is a real fucking thing. I'll send it to you.
That's crazy.
Who the fuck says they're 8-year-olds playing with Barbie dolls? Keep them like young. Who wants to bring a child in right now? It's crazy.
When did you have sex ed?
I think 7th grade, maybe.
We had in 6th grade. When did you have it?
I don't remember. I don't know.
We had it in 6th grade, and they separated the boys and the girls, and it was fascinating. My favorite was this kid Joe. Our teacher was telling us about uncircumcised penises, and he said,
Your teacher was telling you about this?
Yeah, it was sex ed. So just talking about bodies and not having shame, and because we're getting ready to go to junior high where you might be in gym with people and see like different dicks or whatever. He didn't say that. This is how I remember it. And our teacher's like, sometimes when you're uncircumcised, you'll get this pasty type thing in your foreskin. And this kid Joe makes this face. He's like confused, looking around at all of us. And he slowly raises his hand, and teacher's like, "Yes, Joe?" He goes, "What do you mean tasty?" He thought the teacher said like a tasty like cream develops. And he really didn't want to ask, like, what do you, like, what? It was so fucking funny, but that was 6th grade. Kindergarten through 3rd grade, way too early. And also, like, if your parents want to talk to you before 6th grade, that should be on them. And
it's on them.
Kids usually naturally will ask, like, where do I come from? Or what was that sound from the bedroom or whatever? Or when kids get their first boners, like, what's wrong with me? That kind of stuff.
I just can't even deal with, like, I think about my nieces, and I just can't deal with it.
Hopefully they don't get boners yet.
I just can't.
God,
like,
I hope not.
I just want them to stay like young.
Let's
Anyhow, go on.
let's keep cruising through this. But
I have something before we end this. I have something to say about my cousin. So just remind me it's
okay.
If that's okay.
No, of course it's okay.
Unless it's too long. Podcast.
I mean, we're going to be doing more shows as well. So, cousin, there you go. There's a little note for you.
Thank you.
Assertive women are unfeminine and are bossy bitches or whores.
Totally.
That one must be annoying for you guys.
Because I am that.
You're assertive, or unfeminine.
Yeah, both.
So when a man is assertive, it means that he's a go-getter.
Yeah. It doesn't. I think it says that somewhere.
Oh, it does.
Something like that. Yeah, like a man is like strong and
men who are not.
So that one. Women.
Yeah, men who are not aggressive and or assertive are unmanly and likely gay. Jesus.
Is this amazing? Yeah, let's keep. Let's cruise through these.
I mean, this is the
from like the 40s.
No,
women,
dude, this is
this
the
is
world
now.
we're
This
raised
is
in.
still now. It really
This
kind
is
of
the
is.
world
So
we're raised in.
women are natural nurturers. Men are natural leaders. Women don't need equal pay because they are supported by their husbands. Women who appear less feminine or reject advances from men are lesbians.
Oh my God.
Women with children. Okay, we did that one. Men who spend time with family are less masculine and poor breadwinners. In heterosexual couples, women should take time off to care for children or elders. Same-sex couples cannot make good parents. Such bullshit.
Oh my God.
A transgender or gender non-conforming person is profoundly wrong. I mean, that's a very hot topic right now. Women are too emotional to undertake certain kinds of work, especially while pregnant. And men are too impersonal and not emotionally apt to take on tasks better done by women. That one, I relate to that one because there's things I just cannot wrap my head around that you're just much better at than me. As far as organization, as far as planning, these are things that I just cannot do. And the only thing in our household that I would love to put on to you more than me is those things. planning and organizing like our lives.
Well, I think women are better multitaskers.
Yes.
Because we're raised, or we take care of kids. We have kids. Like you have like all those things. Like
and you're using that argument with gender roles, with stereotypical gender roles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's interesting. Did you have something you want to say?
I mean, this is nuts, though. I mean,
I can't see your mouth, but your eyes are doing this thing of like you have so much to say.
I do. I almost can't process all of it.
Process all of this now.
This is what, as women, this is what we're raised to believe in. Whether we're told this, but we see it in movies. We see it. I mean, I'm older, so I feel like it was more in the 70s and 80s, and you know what I mean. Like it was more that. Now it's not like that at all. But there's still those. It's ingrained in your.
Well, I think it's super ingrained.
Todd sent me this video, and this is a real guy saying this. Let's see here.
Like, well, if going out on a date with a guy makes me a slut, then that's just what I'm going to be.
I don't think going out on a date makes you a slut, but having sex with different men makes you a slut.
Well, what does it make you if you have sex with different women?
A slut maker.
Oh, shit, bro.
That guy.
Was he like a priest or like a?
No, he's just one of those. He's one of those like masculine guru dudes who like teaches men how to be men.
Ridiculous.
Takes all these cuck bitches and turns them into fucking men.
That's one thing that really irks me. Is
Strong
that when girls are promiscuous, but they're not even that. They're
It's
just
so fucking
out
dumb.
having sex and enjoying their lives, and men do it all the time. And yeah, all right, you stud, and you're a fucking slut.
It's
ridiculous.
It's one of the since I was young, one of the most glaring double standards I've ever seen is that, and
wow,
it's so fucked.
That's crazy.
It's so fucked.
I mean, but this is also like when I was younger too. Like the first thing we were taught is about like strangers, and this was don't wear your hair in a ponytail because a guy can yank it and pull you into the truck. Look under the car, look in the back seat. Carry your keys in between your, like all this shit. We're like, I was on high alert constantly.
Yeah, because we're
high
bad.
Alert. Like men don't have to. You don't even fucking know what that feels like to walk alone at night or like even during the day.
One of our really good friends got a job at a gay bar for a short time as a cocktail waiter, and that was the joke. But he's a straight guy, and he's working at the bar. And it was kind of, things were starting to close or something. There was like a drunk, but like big, strong gay dude that came back behind the bar and started like coming towards our friend and cornering him and like tried to kiss him. And our buddy went home. He goes, babe, like this guy like tried to block me behind the bar and tried to kiss me. She goes, and?
Yeah, welcome
He's
to
like, well,
our world.
I thought I was going to be assaulted. She goes, you expect me to give a shit about, like, this is every single day.
Mm-hmm.
You know who I'm talking about. Yeah. And he had never, he's a pretty emotionally, he understands this stuff. He's not like a,
he's not a stereotypical gender.
yeah.
male.
He's pretty open,
Hardcore,
open
yeah.
dude, but he'd never had a realization like that before of like, oh, it must really be horrifying to be a woman.
The funny thing is that this Jen Kirkman in her new special, she talks about as a man, as a straight man, before you say anything to a girl, think about it in your head. Would two straight guys say it to each other? And she was in an elevator, and she had this big suitcase. And this guy goes to her, wow, that's a really big suitcase you have. And she was like, just quiet, because she was like, I'm going to fucking go off on this guy. And then he said, wow, that's a lot of outfits in there. Wow, are you going to wear all those outfits? And then she got off the elevator, and she's like, just imagine it in your head. Two guys in there. He would never say that to a guy. Wow, that's a big suitcase you got. You got a lot of outfits in there. And think about it. Like, it would never happen with two guys.
That's
It
interesting.
wouldn't. And that's a good point. Like, think, would two straight guys say that to themselves, to each other?
I
No.
wonder if I say stuff like that.
So she said it's a good experiment to do before you open your mouth and say anything to a girl. Think, would I say
But that
this
would
to my guy
involve. That
friend?
would also involve guys thinking before they speak, which we don't do.
I was just gonna say there'd be a lot more silence in the world if that was. if
And
that was the
I'm
case.
sort of kidding, but not really. Well, I know for myself, I very rarely think before I speak. Like, I'm not rude to people,
I mean,
but
I was criticized for that as a kid. I was always yelled at, think before you speak, think before you speak. So I don't know if that's a gendered thing either, or just kind of like, and we beg the question of like nature versus nurture and like that kind of stuff.
Right.
But I think that's a good, it's a good way to think. And, it's not even, for me, I wouldn't even say it's straight. It's just men in general.
Also, waiting tables. I once in Chicago had a businessman ask me what my areolas look like. And I just stood there and I was like,
Can you? Is
what?
that the first thing he said, or was
no,
there?
they had dinner, and I almost can still see his face. I mean, this was so long ago. Thank God my boss was like walking in back of me, and he stopped, and he turned and looked, and he said, "All right, that's it. You're done. You're out." And they were like, "What?"
Good
and he
for your
kicked them
boss.
out.
Good for your
I
boss.
was like, "What?
Good.
Areolas?
Oh my God.
Fuck you."
It's all the time.
What a particular question.
So last night there was a gentleman that was in the place that I work at, and just one of those Hollywood guys. Like, hey, what's your name? What are you all about? And I'm just like,
Can you describe his look?
Glasses, probably late 40s, mid 50s. I don't know. Like,
Okay.
And he said, "What do you do?" And I'm like, "The fuck do I do? I'm waiting
Like, you're here, you see what I do.
Yeah, like, but he meant like, "Are you an actress? Are you?" And I go, I'm waiting tables. He goes, "No, I mean, like, what do you do?" And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I'm too old for this. I've been in this town for too long. Fucking shut up. Like,
How do you get out of a conversation like that when you don't want to have it?
and I just said, "I'm a writer." And then he goes, "Oh, my friend here is a producer. Maybe he can put you in his next thing." And I wanted to say, dude, do you know how old I am? I've heard all of this shit, and please shut up. Like, I know, like, please.
Man, you should have. You should have
And
said
then
that.
he just kept going on and on throughout the night. Like, it was just, and then of course all the young girls, like the younger girls, I'm still young. Like one of the girls is really cute, and she dropped off his drink, and sure enough, I looked over and she was standing there, and she's just like going back and forth with him, because he was like, "So what's your name? What do you do?" She's like, "I'm an actress." "Oh, really?"
My friend's an actor. Maybe he can help you out.
Fucking shut up, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's the gendered sort of like sexual harassment-y stuff, but then there's the like way more nuanced, subtle gender roles. Can I tell the story of the conversation we had in the kitchen the other day?
I don't remember what it was.
Okay, I'm gonna tell it.
Yeah,
So
go for it.
I was saying, so like sometimes his like gendered little digs and comments like bother me. And
Please don't call them digs. They're not digs.
And
It's
his
fucking
argument
jokes.
is it's a joke because it's so
not what I am.
ridiculous and
Yes.
so quote unquote not what he is.
Right.
So I was like reflecting, and I was like, see, like that. It's like I get it. It's a joke, but like.
Right.
It's been 41 years of that too. Like I'm over it, right?
Yeah.
So, and it's such low hanging fruit, but that's another thing. So
You're gonna have a long life with me.
I was reflecting the other day, and I was like, like maybe I wouldn't be so annoyed by those little jokes.
They're not jokes. They're digs.
Maybe I wouldn't be so annoyed if I felt like there was a more blurred gender roles within the household. So I was like telling him that, and I was, I said that, and he was like, "Well, what do you mean? I feel like we have like a pretty even split." I said, we don't eat together really, so I don't cook for him. But if there was a cooked meal, I do all the cooking, I do all the cleaning, I do all the life organizing, I do like all those things, unless he's asked, and if he's asked, he does them very well.
There's a specific dinner that we used to make a lot.
Yes.
Pretty often.
Oh, you did start doing that.
Yes. We that was like, if not half and half, like there was I usually did that for a few years.
For a while, because I asked you and I trained you to do it.
Right. And then I did it.
Right.
And without fail, or I would even start it, I would initiate.
So.
But like, yeah.
So my argument is like I do all of the sort of gendered things. And to be completely fair, I don't mind. It is not like the worst thing in the world for me, but it's how our household is set up. So he says, but I feel like I do like 50-50, like we're 50-50. Like when we go out, I pay. And I'm like, that is literally the epitome of gendered roles.
Right.
You pay like the man is supposed to pay, and I cook and clean like the woman is supposed to cook and clean. Like you highlighted the exact thing that I said.
You don't like me paying, you can also pay or push back on like, no, listen, dude, I'm a strong woman. I'm an equal here. Let's split it or I'll take care of it.
And P.S. I do that all the time, and for a while I wasn't able to do it.
If you do it all the time, how am I paying all the time?
Because that was all my point is that was your argument against the fact that we don't have gendered roles.
Mm-hmm.
And it literally is the epitome of gendered
No,
roles.
I didn't say we didn't have them. I said that's the only one. Like there's two that we have in this house for the most part. I didn't say we don't have them. I said for the most part, we don't live by there's so like we just went over all these gender roles.
Yeah.
Most of these the vast majority we do not participate in.
But as a husband and a wife,
right?
We participate in gender roles.
You know what bothered me the other day? No. Same page. You fucking asshole.
Yeah.
We were at the tax place, and they have me sign first, and it says spouse sign second. Like, why can't I be the spouse?
Yeah, I don't remember that. And it's funny because when I did our health insurance, it used to be that I was the primary and you were my spouse, but now somehow it got flipped. And it was because my fucking sexist broker did it that way because he was like, he said something like, and I believe he said, obviously Dan makes more.
Oh, shit.
Wow. At some point.
Which was not the case last year.
Which was not the case.
You almost
for
doubled
the last
me.
couple of years.
Yeah.
And in fact, to the point, like, I don't believe in that money thing so much to the point where, A, we still have our own bank accounts. We don't even have a joint
we don't
bank
share money.
account. And I was like a depressed mess when I wasn't pulling my weight at like financially and had to give that up so that I could participate financially in this relationship because I am not at all comfortable.
Which, by the way, I never pressured you about either.
Never.
Okay,
Never.
cool,
Never.
cool. For the record.
Never.
I think we handle it pretty well.
No, I do. I would say, given my values, I'm in a pretty solid partnership to uphold that. It could be far worse.
I did do 2 loads of laundry today.
He did do laundry.
And I hate no.
But we don't do each other's laundry either.
But I would like you to do mine going forward. I hate it so much.
I don't hate it. See, like, I don't mind.
What?
I don't mind helping.
It's working.
Because I also have a priority and a set of values of the way that I want my house to
Baby, you just look so beautiful when you're folding clothes.
I know, right?
Oh, my God. You with a mop in your hand?
So
my
hot.
God, I'm so fucking hard right now
that?
even thinking about it.
What is hotter than that?
Let's
you know
fuck
what looks
on
hot
this
on you?
desk.
Taking initiative.
Yeah. I'll bring the laundry out.
Okay.
I'll show you where it is.
Okay, cool.
It's a huge pile in our bedroom of my clothes.
So big. It's like 5 loads.
I had today I did it was over 4 months of laundry.
It's so much.
Like I have a lot of socks, a lot of pants.
Was that what that picture you sent me?
What?
You sent me a picture of a sock and you're like, "Oh, I'm sorry that wasn't."
Oh yeah. No, I was
for
trying to send to our neighbor.
I was like,
Heidi, did you leave a sock here by chance?
That's like a big sock. I was like,
that's so
no.
What?
Anyway, let's wrap this up. Let's talk about your cousin real quick before we finish here.
So, I was just gonna say that
is this your
Persian
niece
guy.
with the erection?
What?
No.
No, but I'm with a Persian guy who doesn't let me pay ever, and I'm okay with it. But when I go to pay and like he gets like angry. Stop! What are you doing? Like, and
does
so
he feel emasculated?
No. He just he wants to pay for it, and I'm like, I just cave in. I'm like, all right, thank you, and I always say. I'm grateful. He pays a lot. I mean, he pays for whenever we go out.
When you go now, and it's okay do you expect it? Like, do you even try anymore? Or
yeah.
You're just like, okay.
Yeah. Well, not as much because and I'm always
means
like,
something
do you
to
want?
him.
Yeah, it really, and that's okay by me. He's old school, and that's fine. Like, but I don't. I don't know if I had to pay a lot of. I wouldn't go out. He pays all the time.
Yeah.
He must spend thousands on meals.
Yeah. Does he want to date
Crazy.
me? I would love to not pay for meals anymore.
My thing too is like I don't begrudge any of it, and I get where it comes from. But like, let's not pretend that it doesn't exist.
Right.
And if it isn't blatantly obvious, then it doesn't exist. That's not fair.
I also want to say, it also works for a lot of people where they like live by it and love it.
Yeah,
totally.
And maybe you can learn from that.
I actually
maybe not, but yeah, I get it.
I actually love like I feel like I should have been in the 50s. I don't like to cook. I'm not a good cook, but I love to wash dishes. I love to clean. I love to wash clothes. I like to iron, but that's because I have a little bit of OCD. So I want things done my way.
That's my thing.
Can we pay you to be our maid?
Yeah.
And if you clean and you dust, like my boyfriend's like, "Oh, I dusted my place," and I walk over and I come over and I'm like, "Nope, wait."
No,
okay, that's a problem I have. I don't.
And he has,
I don't
and
see
he has
messes
that
the same
Swiffer
way.
thing, that little thing. I'm like, you gotta like pick up shit and like rub it.
Move. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyhow.
When I dust like there's like a 1-inch circumference of dust around everything that's on a shelf.
That's him.
Like
too.
I won't move anything.
So that's
I'll
a
get as
guy thing,
close to it
maybe.
as possible without knocking it over.
Yeah, that's what he does.
And I'll be like try to blow a little bit of it off.
I wouldn't say that's biologically male. I would say that's societally male.
Yeah.
That's gender. Gender is a social construct.
If you guys don't like it, we'll just beat you up.
Okay,
Sweet.
cool.
I guess I deserved it.
And my thing is like, if you're gonna hold the door, if you're gonna do all the chivalry stuff, like, do that for your homies too. Like,
I do.
That. Yeah. So like, that's my thing too. Is like, don't just do it because you don't think I can fucking hold my own.
Right.
Do it because you would do that to anybody, and you just are concerned about everybody's well-being.
Tell our listeners how much I hold the door for people and help old ladies get in.
Oh
their
my god,
cars.
he's the best.
I
think
do that all the
we're
time.
both really good at that. Like, if
But
we
I'm
see-
better.
You might be a little bit.
If I see, I run to the door and I
Yes,
open
yes,
one
yes,
for
yes,
somebody.
I do
who's-
more though.
Yeah. Another male trait.
I wake up in the morning and I'm like, who am I gonna help today?
Oh yeah.
I love the guy that
Not
gives
my
money
wife,
to
but
people.
who else?
You seen
the
that
worth
guy?
Feed, worth feed?
No, he's the guy that goes into, what's his name? I forget his name. He goes into like
Is it an
Walmart.
Instagram account? Yeah.
and
it's
he's
like,
it's
it's on worth feed. That's where
Oh.
I see it, but I don't know.
his name's like Jim or Tom or something.
What was that about your cousin?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So
I have to do a lot of editing.
Yeah. So my cousin, so I was just home last month or 2 months ago now. My aunt had passed. And being a Jehovah's Witness, I hadn't seen my cousins we only see each other when somebody dies.
Are they still in?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they're sisters, and they were my best friends as kids. Like, we were inseparable. They were like my sisters. And then when I was
Wait, these your cousins? I'm sorry, these your cousins, or okay?
So it's my mom's sister that passed away years ago.
Her children,
and they lost their mom young in their 20s, and it was really sad. Like, we were all really close and all girls. Like, we were all just all women, and so they came over to my mom and dad's house when I was home, and it was the best fucking thing ever. I was apprehensive at first because I was like, do they know I'm here? Is it okay that I'm here? Like, okay. My mom's like, of course, like, they're fine. So we sat on the floor in the living room, and my one cousin and me, we get along, like, we're the same. Her sense of humor, we laughed.
You guys are the same age, basically, same.
Yeah, we're like a year apart. She peed a little, like, we laughed that hard. She's hilarious. Like, oh my God, like, just so much fun. She's going, and so anyhow, that was great. And they left, and they actually texted me, and I mean, to talk about it to anyone else that doesn't know what it's like, they're like, that's ridiculous. They're your cousins, they're your flesh, they're my blood, like my blood cousins, like. And it just sounds weird, but I was like on cloud 9, like, oh my God, it was like old times. And then I was like, it was bittersweet, and I'm like, fuck you, not fuck, like,
yeah.
But like, you could have had 30 some years of us, because they were like, this is amazing, we love you.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah. So my mom called me the day before yesterday, and she said my youngest cousin, the one that I'm the close, like, we're the same,
Mid-30s.
Peace or Pam.
Totally. Yeah. She's going through some health issues, and she's like, she called me. I talked to her for an hour, and you should call her. And I go, no, I don't think she would even answer the phone. She goes, no, you know what? I think that Angie, I'm gonna say her name because I don't fucking care. Angie would, I think that she would really be responsive, and I just don't think she's like that because she's gone through a shit ton of things. And I go, I don't know. I'm like, okay. My mom said just reach out to her. Okay, so I texted her, and I said, hey Angie, it's Heidi. I just wanted to let you know I talked to my mom, and she said you're going through some shit, and wondering if I could call you sometime this week. Well, a day went by, and I woke up to, can I read the message?
Yeah, of course.
To this. Hold, please.
Do.
I woke up to this message.
Today?
I got this message yesterday morning at 6:36 a.m. And it's really cute. She put this picture of the guy from The Simpsons. The Simpsons? Mm-hmm. The Simpsons. And it said, if you were a booger, I'd pick you first. Hola, Heidi. Hope you are doing most excelente. First off, my sister read it. She's like, what,
does she think you're Mexican?
12? Like,
yeah.
I want you to know.
Mi amigo.
I want you to really know how much I love you and miss you. I'm going to cry.
It's been a while. It's about time. You're due for a good cry on the show.
Wait, I'm going to get some light.
Do you want us to read it?
And how much I would love it so much if you came back in the faith. I know you can do it, girl. Smiley face. Oh. I've been hoping and praying for it a long time. And even though we don't get to talk, please know that I do care and want the best for you. You know you are my favorite cousin. So this was early in the morning, and I read it, and I went back to sleep, and I woke up like an hour later, and I was like, what? And
so basically, it's a relationship with stipulations.
Yes.
Imagine if you could bear children.
Yeah.
But this is
so much more of a woman.
This takes me back to when I was disfellowshipped. This takes me back to being 18 years old. So I didn't
accepted because you have a different belief.
And this affects me fucking throughout my whole fucking life with relationships, with things.
Yeah.
It fucked me up. It messed me up. So I didn't want to call. I didn't want to tell my mom, because my mom was the one who was like, no, reach out to her. So my mom calls, and I told her, and I said, so I heard from Angie. She's like, oh yeah, what did she? And I read her that, and she was like, quiet. And she was like, that's it. I'm done. And she's, because what happens is that when she talked to her, she invited her to the Jehovah's Witnesses have a thing called the memorial, and it's around.
Who invited who?
My cousin told my mom. So it's a thing called the memorial. And they basically fucking invite Tom, Dick, and Harry off the fucking street. But a person like me can come, but you have to sit in the back and you can't participate. They pass the unleavened bread and wine. You pass it. It's Christ's blood, whatever. And one time I went years ago, and the guy saw it was me, and he took the plate so fast out of my hand that the unleavened bread flew across the Kingdom Hall. The Kingdom Hall?
The Kingdom Hall.
Yeah, that's what they call it. Don't call it a church.
Everyone, we have our episode title.
So it flew.
The Pissy Cousin in the Kingdom Hall.
So it flew across, and I was with my sister, who was like probably...
She likes that one. The Kingdom Hall.
Like 13 at the time. And I stood up, and I said, this is fucking bullshit.
And your voice echoed through the Kingdom Hall?
Yeah, like really loud.
Bullshit.
And they had to have people like come the next day and talk to me about it. And I was like, where does it say it in the Bible that I can't touch the unleavened bread? And they were like, oh, it's not in here, but you just have to have faith. Oh, fuck you.
You'll spoil it.
Yeah, like, so stupid. So anyhow, she invited my mom to this. And my mom actually was even like thinking like, maybe I'll just go because Angie they want me to. And they miss their mom, was my sister, blah, blah, blah. My mom's like, that's it. I'm done. So then she told my dad, and my dad was furious because it's just like my dad said too. My life was fucking ruined.
Yeah.
They took everything from me.
Well, in a weird way, like that part of your life was ruined, but you also left and did some incredible things.
Yeah,
so you're,
for sure.
In one way, your life started. In another
Thank
way,
God
it was
I
ruined.
left.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I'm like, do your fucking research. If you're a Jehovah's Witness and listening to me, fucking go on Google and look and see who started this fucking shit. It's not an old religion. It's a fucking cult. You can say, the people are lovely, but so are people in the Mormons, and so are people in the LDS.
Listen, if you have the right way of thinking, wherever you are is the Kingdom Hall.
Are your parents still?
Well, yeah.
And
question. I'm shocked that they like my mom said too, I am so lucky that I have the parents that I do, because when I was disfellowshipped, they are not supposed to speak to me at all.
Why I don't
because it's emotional blackmail. Like this fucking text is emotional blackmail.
Okay.
I can't talk to you unless you come to the faith. You got this, girl.
That's my
got
favorite.
this, girl.
That's my favorite line.
No, I'm good. I'm happy. But you really fucked me up my whole fucking life.
Yeah.
If your mom leaves,
stupid.
What happens between her and your dad?
Nothing, because my dad is fucking awesome.
But by the rules, like if her and I were Jehovah's Witnesses and she decided to leave,
that's like the.
Am I supposed to divorce her?
No, in fact, you can only divorce somebody if they commit adultery. So there was a woman on the Leah Remini show, and she said that she was being beaten by her Jehovah's Witness husband all the time. And the only way that she was able to get a divorce, even though she came to them over and over again saying, he beats me up. Well, has anybody else seen this? Because you have to have two people that have.
So she's like, I sucked 9 dicks yesterday. Let me out.
But so it's only adultery and then smoking.
Holy shit.
So she had something.
You can't have the Kingdom Hall smelling like smoke.
Wow. So one of the elders saw him smoking and then came to her and said, okay, you can divorce him now.
Oh.
Because he's fucking smoking,
boy.
you fucking lunatics.
Dude, shit's crazy.
So it just really, like, the past day, it's been hot out and no air conditioning. Yeah. I had this happen and I resorted back to when I was a fucking kid.
That's heavy.
But thank God I have my parents and my sister. I have such a great family, small family, because they are like on my side and they're like, what we've seen what they've done to you, and all because you left for a band. I mean,
will you please consider us your family too?
Yes.
And I mean it.
No, and it's amazing how after you leave, you get to pick your family.
Todd.
You get to pick your fucking family. But I always have this thing where in relationships with friends and everything, where I don't feel good enough, or I don't feel like, not accepted, but I just feel like, I don't know, I can't describe it.
That's also, I mean, that's also common for a lot of people anyway, so that's, don't try not to think that that's just because of your life. Like, we all experience that kind of stuff sometimes.
But if I don't get invited someplace, I feel bad sometimes.
Sure.
But it all stems from, I see it, it's all from my childhood. Yeah. It's all from being left.
Just know that when you're not invited, it's only because of your personality.
Right.
It's not because of your past. Yeah. People are like, we can't go to fucking dinner with her. It'll take 10 minutes to order her meal. Can't do it.
Oh, but anyhow, that's what happened. So.
Well, that's something. That's a bummer, but like at least now you know.
Yeah, and I feel bad for
and
my
you had
cousin
the moment.
Sam.
You still had the nice moment.
Yeah.
Ah, Sam.
Yeah, and Sam I haven't spoken to. I haven't gone to see him, and I feel bad. It's just life gets in the way and stuff. But there's no excuse, because he actually left, and his wife left, and they, you
they're doing cool stuff.
Your fucking family. You lose all the friends you have.
Yep.
So
get him down here.
Yeah.
Get him down here.
Yeah, and
have him come hang out.
Yeah, I haven't met her yet, ever.
Oh, come the fuck on.
Well,
go meet him.
Because I was disfellowship when they got married. So
right, but that's over now. So
yeah,
guys, fucking meet halfway. He's not far away.
Yeah. But have you heard from Sam? I haven't heard from him.
Very recently.
Oh,
is he
doing okay?
Doing great.
Okay. Yeah, he's writing these vulture articles and stuff.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's fucking
Sam.
Awesome.
It's always good to talk about you on the show.
Yeah. Anyhow, sorry that.
What are you sorry about?
It's like a 2-hour-long podcast.
It's better than being 20 minutes.
True.
Give the people what they want.
But I just really irks me. And it really hurt my feelings.
Nobody wants Heidi irked.
And the fact that you can only get together because and like my dad said too, I didn't fucking kill somebody. And even if I did, there's actually my ex-fiance when I was 19 years old, 18. He was a Jehovah's Witness. His brother murdered his wife with a baseball bat in their backyard because he wanted to be with this other Jehovah's Witness woman. Okay.
That might be your fate.
So he is sentenced. He's out now, reinstated into the Jehovah's Witness world, and is fine. But yet me, who I didn't even have a meeting with anybody, they just disfellowship me. You're supposed to have a meeting and you get I didn't get any of that. They just did it because they were mad at me. I think I talked about that. Max, the furniture guy. They were mad at me because I cheated on my fiance. Anyhow, long story short, I was young. I didn't do anything bad.
You sure didn't smoke.
No, I hate smoking. But I didn't do anything.
Can we start? Is there a Jehovah's Witness like style of music?
Ooh, like Christian rock.
No.
Is there
okay. But they have
we could start a band.
Can we start a band?
What's happened? I just fell
off. The fucking wheel fell off.
Oh, I'm like, is it me or the monster?
New band, 3 of us. Kingdom Hall & Oates. What do you think? We cover Hall & Oates songs, but we change the lyrics to get people into the faith.
Yes. There's a song that they sing like, we're Jehovah's Witnesses. We speak out in fearlessness. Ours is the God of truth. I can't believe I remember that.
It sounds like
that was my favorite.
Chat.
Oh,
really good stuff.
Anyhow,
guys,
don't be a JW.
Wow, it almost sounds like you're saying Jew, which is like that's not how we want to end the show.
A Jehovah's Witness.
I know. Just like you add an E in there, and then we're an anti-Semitic show.
I didn't say JW.
You were thinking it. I saw it in your eyes.
I always wanted to be Jewish.
Can we end the show?
I told my mom I wish we were Catholic because if
you hear me?
leave Catholicism, you're still
okay. Thank you very much for listening to the show. It's always good to have Heidi and Darren and everybody here.
Where can you find us?
Everywhere. Watch the show on YouTube. Join the Patreon, patreon.com/rareformradio. You get bonus episodes. You get all kinds of shit. You can see the color of Heidi's areolas if you want.
What?
What? It's fun.
See that?
Yeah, they're very, very, very dark black.
Oh, gross.
I know. That's what I was thinking.
No.
Heidi, thank you.
You're welcome.
Darren, thank you. Dan, thank you the most. Love you so much, Dan.
I'm gonna go wash clothes and clean the floor now.
Good girl. Good girl.
I'm gonna go chop wood.
And everyone, remember that tomorrow.
You're a lesbian.
Todd, are you listening? Please come help. Todd, help. Todd wouldn't put up with a 2-hour show. No fucking chance.
That's because he has kids to tend to because they have a very ungendered.
God, I should have kids. Should have had kids for an excuse to end the show.
His wife has to wash all his clothes.
Oh, fuck. Tomorrow's just the future's yesterday.
What's tomorrow?
Tomorrow's just the future's yesterday.
This is Lola, and I'm here to tell the world to stop being such pussies and listen to Rare Form Radio.